Diane and I wouldn't have seen each other now for close to 28 years. During that whole time, there hasn't been a day going by that I haven't thought about it.
Breaking up with Lauren was the biggest regret in my life. I don't think there'll be another one like her.
She's everything that I want in a girl. It was like dating one of my good friends. I just miss Meg.
First love is definitely the one that hits you the hardest. He was my first true love, and I want to know if that's still there.
What if the love of your life was also the one that got away? After years of heart, these 4 singles have reunited with the ex they just couldn't forget.
I can't believe it.
Been a while.
I hope that Lauren and I fall in love all over again.
I just don't want to be hurt. I can't go through that heartache again.
As anybody who puts their heart on the line, that's terrifying.
My biggest fear is to give it another shot with him and then being let down.
Previously,
Welcome to South Africa! It's just so beautiful.
the couples went on the trip of a lifetime.
The Eiffel Tower, oh my God. It does not get more romantic than this. The city of love.
Honestly, the most magical place I've ever been to.
To see if they could find the spark again.
3.
So you can see yourself getting married here?
It's make or break for us. And I don't want to be hurt again.
She just, boom, baby, we were just meant to be friends.
And at the final dinner, the last chance for resolution.
Can we get through the past and can we start fresh again?
Can't say sorry.
I don't have anything to apologise for. I did nothing wrong. Anyway, I'm out. I'm done.
Tonight,
My heart is going 100 million miles an hour.
they'll have to make a decision once and for all.
I think my biggest fear is that I'll never find someone as good as you.
Will they recommit for life?
Need 100% certainty from her that she's actually willing to let her guard down.
Or walk away from each other for good?
I want to be in love. I think a long-distance relationship could be a deal breaker. I'm so comfortable being alone.
What will their decision be?
Lauren's the one that got away. I was hoping that she'll come and feel the same way.
Was their first love the one that truly got away?
You have no idea how hard it is for me to say this.
As their 3 weeks together draws to an end, Peter and Diane are having their final romantic dinner in Paris. Tomorrow, they'll make a decision that will shape their lives. Do they return to their homes alone? Or will they commit to a relationship?
Oh, wow. Oh, darling, you look stunning. Oh, wow.
Look at you.
Have a seat, honey.
Tonight is the last chance they have to raise any concerns about their future.
I think my heart was racing a bit, getting a bit warm.
Ladies first?
Yes.
Thank you.
I know there's a big decision that I want to make. It's playing on my mind constantly. Here's to us, darling.
The worst case scenario is that Peter doesn't commit to me on a very deep level because we are so far apart.
Do you have any nagging thoughts now that distance still could be a problem?
Right now, I have lots of nagging thoughts. That means I go back to my life. I go back to the grind. I go back to living my life alone and deciding whether or not I have to go back to dating again, or if I choose this is too hard, I might just live alone. There are so many issues. There's distance, there's finances, there's kids, there's parents, there's location, the transport. All of that is so much to wrap my brain around.
I'm thinking, oh my God, this is it. She wants to fly home tomorrow without me. It wasn't a good feeling.
What do you think? Do you want to live in Sydney and I move there? Do you want to live part-time? Do you want to come to my space? I run a business and you have a school-aged child. Those are huge things.
Yeah. I mean, I envisage us having bases in both countries.
No?
Yeah.
For me, that would involve huge changes. I'm feeling extremely anxious. how do I figure everything out? I'm always trying to think ahead. How do I figure it out? How do I plan? How do I care for so many people? It was huge.
Yeah, look, it was a lot easier when we were in our 20s. We were single. We could just jump and move. We had no real attachments. Well, both of us now, we've got family, we have children, and my mum, who is quite ill. You have to consider those things. But at the same time, it's not selfish to consider yourself. We can't end up being 70 or 80 and then wishing we'd done it 20 years ago.
If we don't figure something out that's serious before we both leave Paris, it could be the end of our relationship.
You know, I don't want to be alone for years.
No, I know, and you can't have a distant relationship. You need someone who's in Durham with you.
I don't know that a long-distance relationship will work for me. I want it to. I'm just being realistic.
Well, I guess it'd be a lot easier to... There's obviously many suitors that live in and around Durham, I guess. It'd be a lot easier to hook up with one of those.
I'm not rooting for them, and I'm not looking to hook up with anybody.
Why not just find someone local? It'd be easier, wouldn't it?
It would be easier to find someone local. A whole lot easier.
And the same for me, too, I suppose.
But yes, I have lots of suitors, and I have not considered them as a long-term relationship, as a permanent relationship like I'm considering with you. So it hurts when you say, you know what, baby, you have lots of suitors. I have lots of suitors. I just don't choose to settle. I'm committed to finding out if my life with someone is going to be incredible, because if it's not incredible, I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
As the final evening comes to a close,
So you're being here right now?
our couples will spend the night alone in their hotel
Got a lot to think about.
before their big decision tomorrow.
See you later. That was good, yeah?
Yeah, I had a good dinner. I'm back from dinner with Cam and I'm about to go to bed. It's lonely coming back to the room without having him here.
We had a beautiful romantic dinner.
I said what I had to say. It was all positive stuff.
It's a big day tomorrow.
This journey over the last few weeks is finally coming to an end.
It's emotional. I'm probably going to be a mess tomorrow morning.
It's so much to absorb and process through my body.
How many times can you mend and break and mend and break? How many times can you do it?
I'm not really looking forward to having to have a conversation with Cam tomorrow about what we're going to do and where this is going to go.
We have a big day tomorrow. It's pretty much like the decision day if we want to keep going on with what we're doing, and
I'm nervous that he's going to say that he doesn't want to start a relationship.
There's more to it, I think.
Fingers crossed that we're on the same page, and fingers crossed we're both going to leave this happy.
I do have to make a pretty tough decision about my future with Eric, and I have to say it's making me really emotional.
We're in New York City. We're able to switch off. We're able to have some fun. It's an awesome time. I just really hope this continues.
The day of the decision has arrived. Will our couples go their separate ways, or will they get back with their ex? Unfortunately for Meg and Jeremy, their final dinner last night ended abruptly.
This one conversation you completely changed my mind about you, eh?
I'm done.
This decision tomorrow is going to be good, isn't it?
It's going to be brilliant. I think that we're leaving South Africa on a bitter note already. I went home last night from the dinner and I was so angry. I was so angry and I was so hurt. I just remember him saying that he's been unhappy, but I've made him unhappy. That's all I heard.
I'm just sick of her shit. I'm just over it. I just can't stand being in arguments. She makes me so unhappy. And she just upsets me, and I just don't want to be around someone that does that all the time. But she means too much to me to just leave I just can't walk away. Me and Meg love each other, and it should be easy to make things work.
It's just hours before our couples make a huge decision about their future. But there's one more thing for them to discover. Before they embarked on this journey, each couple filmed a time capsule with their reasons for getting back with their ex.
Right now, I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive to watch the video. I'm a bit worried that he has made some big promises there that he hasn't delivered on, and potentially it could influence the decision that I'm going to make.
After 6 years apart, will Eric prove to Lauren that he's a changed man?
Second chances don't come around very often, and it looks like we've been given a second chance. I'd like to show to you and prove to you that I'm ready to commit to you, which is something that you've always wanted. Commitment means the whole 9 yards. The house, the kids, the holidays, the more than one day together during the week, the trip to the Bahamas, the wedding, the ice cream machine at the wedding. I've grown wiser. I've changed a lot as well, but I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to come and experience it with me. I would love to fall in love with you all over again. I miss you, and I love you very much.
I feel Eric was very genuine in his video, and I think we were both very excited to see what could happen. He knew what I needed from the last relationship. He never gave it to me, and I think he wouldn't have reached out and reconnected if he really didn't think he had changed. I've always dreamt of my life with you. I would love to see where our future could take us. Eric, I remember so many times we spoke about going to the Bahamas and that we planned that that would be where we would get married. I can see myself in a white flowy dress on the beach with no shoes, you in a white button-down shirt, eating ice cream at our reception, something that we both love to do. I would love to live on the water with you and potentially start a family. I would love the fairy tale with you, living happily ever after.
It's really weird seeing that after we've been fighting for the last few weeks. You know, you just kind of think, okay, she said this, but then, you know, there's been all this combatancy between us all. But if she's true about all this, well then, hey, I think we're on the same wavelength. Watching Lauren's video has given me the confidence boost that I need to go in with my final decision.
Before they reunited, each couple filmed a video of how they see their future with their ex.
Here we go.
Kate cheating on Cam 3 years ago broke the trust between them. She wants to start over, but can they wipe the slate clean and move on?
I just really miss having my best pal, and I would love to have you back in my life again. You and I made so many plans to go and travel the world together. I would love nothing more than to go on the adventures that we talked about. I know I've hurt you in the past, and I haven't forgotten about it. And I never want to see you that hurt again.
That would have taken a lot for her to say that, and it means a fair bit, I guess. And it shows that she's, you know, matured from what's happened. I've got a lot to think about. I really do. Kate, I was hurt from, you know, from what happened when you cheated, but I definitely want you to know that I have forgiven and I'm ready to move on. I'm so excited to make some more memories. We used to have a blast back in the day. I would love to move out with you, but we do have to work on a few things. I guess trust for one.
Bloody hell. I need him to trust me if this is gonna work. Oh, that was interesting.
Meg and Jeremy's volatile relationship ended 4 years ago when Jeremy went overseas. Will their time capsule sway their decision?
Meg, time capsule.
Meg, I really loved you back then when we were together. There's still always going to be something there. Between me and you, I'll always have feelings for you. It makes me so happy to see you happy and smiling and laughing, and it just, I miss that. I miss the light you shine on a room when you're there. No one's ever like come close to being what you were to me as like a girlfriend. You've been the one and only girl that I've truly fallen in love with. I hope in the future it can be like it was at the start of our relationship. I hope doing this creates like an opportunity for us to be like we used to be, to start again fresh.
I really liked who he was. Yeah, I don't think you can help who you love. I want to cry. When things were good, they were really, really good. And when things were bad, they were shit. And you can be such an asshole. Oh my goodness, you can squish you. I love that you're up front and you're confident and you're up for anything, and you make the situation fun and entertaining with your witty sense of humour. You enjoy to be around. You're good fun. And when you're shitty and I don't want to see you or don't want to look at your face, but then you get over it pretty quickly, as do I. If we end up together, then awesome. And it works, holy moly, I think I'll drop dead if it actually works. We'll see. I don't know. I know I'm confused and I'm worried and I'm excited and I'm overwhelmed and I'm every single emotion that you could possibly think of. But we'll soon see.
Watching that video back, I think that she can see that she does want to be with me now, like more than she did then. I think that she's creating that sort of love for me that we used to have. We've definitely become closer over the last couple of weeks.
Peter and Diane's fairy tale romance ended 28 years ago because of distance. How will their time capsule help their final decision?
The opportunity for us to get together was something I would have never have dreamed of. I wanted, because not a day has gone by that I haven't thought about you, at least once, many more times. And I just cannot wait for the chance for it to see if our relationship can inflame and ignite and turn into the passion it once was. I see this as an opportunity for us to, at a different stage in our lives, to truly get to know each other, fall madly in love again, and spend the rest of our lives together. Wake up next to you every morning, be able to just hold your hand whenever I want to. Something I haven't been able to do for 28 years. I can't express enough how genuine I am about this, and I hope you feel the same way. This opportunity comes around to very few people, and for me it's once in a lifetime, and I don't want to let it go. So I truly cannot wait until we can let this run as fast as it can.
It was so sweet. It was genuine. He spoke from his heart, and he is the ultimate romantic that I want so desperately in my life. I am so excited to be traveling halfway around the world to explore a serious relationship with you. We have the passion, we have the spark. I think it would still be there. I have a hard time believing it wouldn't be. I'm just kind of excited to see you as the strong, handsome, dapper gentleman in my life. And I'm looking for someone who wants to share family, who wants to learn about each other's kids, and at the same time have passion, have romance, have friendship, to see if we are compatible in that way.
Sorry. Wow. It was beautiful, wasn't it? Wow. She actually does really care about me.
Kate and Cam have spent the past 3 weeks navigating through trust issues. But is it enough time to cement a relationship? Or will they just become friends?
I wanted to get back with Cam because I felt like there was still so much that we weren't able to explore.
How are you?
Good. Oh my God, you look so good.
Speak for yourself. Holy cow.
I felt like I owed it to myself and to him to really give it another shot to see how far we can go.
Am I going to get my grandchildren?
Wow.
Going into this, I thought that we'd get back together straight away and that everything would be really smooth. I think we'll stay in separate rooms tonight.
You sure?
Yeah, but it has proved a little bit more difficult than that.
What?
When Kate cheated, I found out via text message.
There has been obstacles that we've had to face.
I hope you don't break Cam's heart again.
I'm just starting to think that this might not be a good idea. And being together 24/7 is a lot harder than I expected. Ah! Ew, don't get them on my pillow! But the positives have definitely outweighed the negatives, and this experience has been so amazing. The biggest thing that's been playing on my mind in the last few days is the question of whether or not this is going to continue into a relationship that I can see working in the future. Can we get through the past? I mean, is there going to be an option to sort of not define our relationship by what happened? Or whether or not it will sort of drift back into a friendship? And that's been playing on my mind a lot.
Despite Kate breaking Cam's heart 3 years ago, Cam's relished their reconnection. But after 3 weeks together, he's questioning her commitment to him.
It's been a roller coaster of a time being back with Kate.
Just hasn't been easy for me, I guess, to get into another relationship after 3 years of like what I thought was awesome.
It's been a real learning curve. You know, we went to an incredible high,
Thank you.
No, thank you.
then an incredible low.
But is that bothering you?
Of course it's bothering me. Were you not just in that room? How do you think it felt sitting in that room just then?
And now we're just skyrocketing back up.
It's an avalanche!
Hearing her laugh like that, it's been the best time.
10 points.
But we need to just work on getting that closeness and bit of trust for each other. We've got to destroy these walls that I've built up. I still get like weirdly jealous when you talk to guys.
I've noticed that.
Is it obvious?
Yes, you make it so obvious.
Kate used to be really lovey-dovey back when we were dating, but recently, since we've been seeing each other, it's like she's been trying to distance herself from any intimacy. And I'm really thinking, like, is that a really good idea to give this a go and put the effort in, especially when I'm not getting as much back? You know, am I really the one that does it for her? Like, why does she want to do this with me?
Look at that.
What do I offer to her that no one else can?
It's now time for Kate and Cam to decide if they have a future together.
Cam is definitely my first real love, and that means a lot to me. I really do hope that we have a future together and that we're not just holding on to feelings from the past. My gut is telling me that he's going to be all for this, but there is a sneaking suspicion at the back of my mind that he might pull out of this and tell me that he's done. So I'm really nervous to see him, and I don't know what he's thinking.
For our relationship to succeed, I just need 100% certainty from her that she's actually willing to let her guard down.
We've had so much fun, but a relationship isn't just about having fun. If we're both not going to throw ourselves into this 100%, then what's the point?
You look nice.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, good.
Is there anything like else that you need to say or?
A lot of things have changed and a lot of things have happened since we were last together. And before this, we really haven't been able to open up and say what we are expecting from this or whether or not we think it's going to go anywhere. So this is a massive decision to make. So is there anything that concerns you or?
One thing that sort of rattled me a bit last night is when you said you had a guard up and getting too close to me. Because I need you to
just get more intimate. Like, you know what I'm like.
Yeah.
But like, just, I don't know, just be more affectionate, I guess.
I think that comes with being comfortable. And until I know that
we're both on the right track.
we're both on the same page and we're both saying the same things, I think I will still have that wall up, so.
So how long do you reckon, though? Well, there's that, but it's also like, what do I offer that no one else can? That's like a question I think I've been wanting to ask you for a while.
Just that you're so understanding, really. Like, I can come to you with absolutely anything, with any feeling or anything at all, and there's no judgment. You just take it on board. Obviously, feeling-wise at the moment with sort of being affectionate and stuff is a different story, but just generally, I feel like I can be 100% myself around you, and it's not something I can do with a lot of people, so that's what's different about you.
Kate really was my first and only love. But this decision is incredibly hard for me. You have no idea how hard it is for me to say this. I have come to a decision. I am sorry that this hasn't happened sooner. I'm very much wanting to keep it going. We mucked up once, I think that's enough, yeah?
I agree, 100%.
Bloody heck. Oh, that's awesome, thank you.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Definitely. 100%.
Facebook official.
Facebook official? Isn't that too soon? No, okay. Yeah, okay. I can do that.
I can't wait to start our relationship. I've been waiting for such a long time for this to happen. Oh, so nice pink lips now.
Love it. Thank you. I'm so glad that I said yes. I'm really stoked about it.
This is good. The next chapter.
This is the best feeling I've had in years.
Jeremy was the one to reach out to his ex, Meg, after a 4-year break to see if they could get back together. But it's been a rocky road.
The past 3 weeks have been rough.
What about if I try not to be an asshole?
Then good. Try.
There's been times where I've had so much fun and like it's been so enjoyable.
Hey guys, we're happy.
And there's been times when it's been tough.
Having you in my living space is really hard. It's really hard, especially when you don't respect me.
And I've just wanted to cry.
I don't want you to cry.
I can see myself falling in love with Meg, but now that Meg's back and it's happening, I'm still pushing her away. It's just a natural reaction.
You're not trustworthy.
I think Jack doesn't like how I am and when I'm around you. You're walking away.
I don't like it.
Breaking like the rules for the first time.
Everyone was ripping on me.
Why are you breaking
I'm gonna go
rules?
sit by myself.
But the times that we've had that have been good have outweighed those bad times, and it's been such an amazing experience.
We're going on a helicopter. Doing that, yes?
This whole thing has really shone a light on my whole life, and I have to decide, is this who I want to be with for the rest of my life?
I think I've always liked Jeremy. I just didn't know where he stood. Oh my goodness.
It's been a while.
It's been a bloody while. But I think we've realised that we both still want each other. I love Jeremy for his honesty. I don't know what you want from me. I really don't.
I just want all of you. I just want 100% of you.
His fun nature.
Easy, easy.
The way that he makes me laugh. He can frustrate me and he can annoy me.
You got a boyfriend.
No.
You expect me to try and fall in love with you?
Am I really gonna hear this? And he can break me down. You're hurting my feelings.
What?
The past 3 weeks have been full on, but I don't regret giving another go with Jeremy. But I'm unsure about how this is all gonna go.
Meg and Jeremy have a love-hate relationship. But will love conquer all? as they decide whether to stay together or go their separate ways.
I'm really feeling nervous at the moment. It'd make me feel really bad if Meg rejected me and told me that she didn't want to do this. For Meg and I to work, we have to have more respect for each other, and we have to consider each other's feelings.
No matter what happens, no matter how many fights we have or how many uproars we have, I still see the good in him and I still see the good in our relationship. Very soon we're gonna have to make the final decision. My heart is going 100 million miles an hour. How are you?
Good. It's going to be a possibility that Meg's not that keen to do this. Maybe she's having second thoughts. So, yeah, that's sort of making me nervous and worried.
I think I've sat up since like 3:30 this morning, contemplating on it. You seem to say one thing and then you go back on it and you say another thing, and I don't get it.
I think my biggest fear is that I'll never find someone as good as you. But I can't live with you because it just doesn't work. We've never, ever been able to let each other go. It's been 10 years of this and we're still going. How can we make this work?
I don't know. If you don't want to make it work, then it's not going to work.
I've wanted to make this work from the start. I was the one that made this happen. And all I've been doing is things for you to try and make this work. Everything I do every day is because of you, to make you happy. You don't acknowledge any of it.
I'm sorry that I make you unhappy, but I think you make me equally unhappy with the things that you say.
So what do
And
you...
that's sad.
What do you want to do?
I wanted to walk away from this with you.
So did I, but do you think that that's going to work?
I hate that I make you so unhappy that you don't want to be around me. I feel hurt, and I really didn't want that. And I knew how easy it was going to be for me to start liking you again. And I hate that I make you unhappy.
For the first time in our relationship, I could see that Meg really cared, that she really wanted to make it work. It's really, really hard to keep loving you. But I do really, really love you.
I love you too. Just a little bit. Now all I want to do is I want to make things work. I want to give it 100%, and I don't want to do anything wrong by him. I don't want to do anything to hurt him. Jeremy's the person that I want to be with, and he's always been the person that I want to be with. Do you want to be with me?
I do. I really do want to be with you.
Then we can make it work.
I'm in love with her, and I don't think I'll love anyone like I love Meg. I'm not ready to give up yet.
Eric and Lauren split up 6 years ago, but Eric still holds a flame for Lauren, and he doesn't want to let her go again.
Everything is at stake with our relationship. We've gone through a lot of ups and downs.
I just need you to really know that I need honesty and no lies.
It was a bit of a struggle on the first step of our journey.
Eric, you changed every part of me. You did.
No? Okay, well...
Stop lying!
I'm not lying.
I can't do it, I'm sorry.
But as much as we've had our differences, she's changed, I've changed for the better.
Yeah! Oh, good shot!
Lauren and I have seemed to draw a line in the sand, and we're getting along quite well, which is the total opposite how it's been for the last few weeks.
I've never felt this romantic with you.
No?
Yeah, I'm really liking the new relaxed Eric.
I don't think there'll be another one like her. She's the first and the last.
For Lauren, this was a chance to see if Eric's changed for the better and whether he's the one she wants to settle down with.
I wanted to get back together with Eric because over the time that we were separated, I did think about him often.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You do.
You're making me nervous. I was always thinking that maybe he has changed. Maybe he just needed time away to mature and experience being with other people. And I just wanted to give it one more chance to really see if we could make it work.
Actually, you look a little bit younger.
Yeah, because I'm not stressed out from you.
Oh, geez, that was a bit of a blow there.
Although I was quite shocked to feel a lot of anger towards Eric when we first reconnected.
2 seconds.
No, what 2 seconds what? You're lying about everything. Although we have got the bad stuff out of the way, there are still some negative thoughts there lingering. Can I please have a
Over
plate?
here. Over here.
Can I,
Come on, eat
can
it,
I
eat
use
it.
the plate,
My way
please?
first. My way first. Is that a girl?
But over the last few weeks, my feelings for Eric are opening up again. I'm feeling a lot more positive and warmer towards him. Oh my God! I love Ferraris! I'm feeling the person he is today is a lot more genuine than he used to be.
It just feels so different this time.
So it has made me feel reassured and happy to have made this decision to reconnect with him.
Now it's time for Eric and Lauren to finally decide whether their future will be together.
I'm waiting there. I was hoping that she'll come with open arms and feel the same way as I did.
There are some moments where I feel I know what my decision will be, but then something will happen and it will make me doubt again, and I feel the scaredness and the emotions coming back.
The fact that I'm staying there is an action of commitment. Lauren's the one that got away. If I get this opportunity, it's got to be for the long haul.
The stakes are really high right now. I want to get married. I want to start a family. My girlfriends are all married. They've all got families of their own. It's something I've always dreamed of having. So the decision is going to have to be real, and we both want it to happen.
Hello. You made it.
I made it.
You look very nice.
So do you.
How are you feeling?
Bit nervous.
Yeah. The last few weeks, I feel the time that we've spent together, we've grown. I know we've been different people in the past, but the time apart has actually let us grow and change. I don't want to hurt you. I want to try my best not to actually hurt you and do the right thing towards us. I've always loved you. I'm always going to love you. I want to speak from the heart for a moment. I would love it if you were my girlfriend, and I would love to have you by my side.
So much is going through my mind right now. I've thought over the last few weeks about us and do we want this? Can we do it again? This is the 7th chance that I've given you, and this is absolutely huge to me. I've come into this and I put everything on the line. I risked getting my heart broken again, and I've really got to feel what it's like to be back together again. I can see how much you've tried, and I can see how much that you do love me. And I do love you. Although this is hard for me to say, I'm sorry, but I don't want to continue in a relationship with you. I've tried to open my heart, and I just can't be romantic with you, and I'm sorry about that. I just can't force myself to do that.
Not good. Hearing Lauren's decision is not good.
I really hope you understand, and I'm sorry if it's not the outcome that you were looking for.
Lauren can't open her heart. She said it.
I'm hoping that we can still be friends with each other, and I think we have a great friendship, and as a friendship we work.
Calling Lauren my best friend, it's going to be hard to get used to. So I guess that's it.
Well, we've tried our hardest, and I have honestly tried my hardest. I've thought long and hard, and there were times where I felt myself opening up again, but I just can't make it happen. I feel a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I've given it my all. It's something I needed to do. He was always in the back of my mind. I gave him so many chances. I was happy to give him this last chance because I do now know that the chapter of Eric and Lauren has closed.
The mind can shut off, but the heart can't. I think time heals all wounds. This will take a while. Heartbreak is the Brooklyn Bridge. It's Lauren. It's goodbyes. It's best friends. It's a memory. The future holds probably some more work for Eric. I gave a lot away to show Lauren that I was changed, but oh well, back to the old routine.
Peter is smitten with his American sweetheart, Diane. But they face many obstacles if they stay together.
Right now, I'm starting to get nervous, probably because I know that we're leaving Paris in a few days. And we're going to be apart, and I'm not looking forward to that. It just seems like last year that Diane was walking up the stairs in that gorgeous little black dress, and I'm nervously waiting for the first time I'd seen her in 28 years.
Oh my God.
I can't believe this. And that was the start of this roller coaster ride, which has not stopped. It's been thrilling. There's been moments of utter elation. It's just been one of the best experiences of my life.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares.
I'm just so lucky to be able to reunite with someone that was always special to me.
Good morning.
I love this woman. I love her with all my heart, and it's grown stronger. But I'm still worried that she may not feel the same way or think that I'm as committed to this as I am.
I don't like that little bit of sarcasm.
I'm an Aussie. We've got different ways of saying things. I've taken that on board, and it hasn't bothered me. Our relationship is fantastic, and the rest of it we can sort out. Here's to us, darling. I would love nothing more than spending the rest of my life with Diane.
You're very special.
As our time together draws to a close, I've already made up my mind, and I just truly hope that Diane feels the same way I do.
In the last 3 weeks, I feel like I've just evolved with Peter around. We have spent day in and day out together.
No one's done that for me for a while.
I've gotten to see the beautiful parts of Peter that I didn't even know when we were young. Feel free!
Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this.
He is kind and caring, and he has that sweet nature about him of wanting to take care of somebody, and he wants to take care of me.
You're my special guest.
Thank you.
And I really want to spoil you.
Okay.
But I still have so many fears of relinquishing control. Have you looked at eye level?
No.
I told you, look at eye level. Of sharing my space. You know what? You kind of ruin it now. Of finances.
Is there a store brand? It's cheaper.
Of having more people in my life to care for. And I'm still in processing phase. I'm still figuring out if we have enough here and enough of a basis for Peter and I to communicate.
What's bizarre is your reaction to something that is so trivial.
And then to feel love towards one another. for me to feel comfortable moving forward.
Distance was the reason Diane and Peter parted ways. Now, 28 years later, will love bring them together?
As I'm walking into the park, I'm all over the place emotionally. I was almost in tears and self-doubt racking my brain. I was more nervous than I was than when we first met again after 28 years, weeks ago in Sydney.
I'm feeling extremely anxious. We're parting ways because of the distance. We're so far apart, and we need to have some sort of resolution now.
As I'm standing there, waiting and waiting, my head's just spinning with the positives and then self-doubt on one side, and am I doing the right thing?
I'm ready for a commitment, and if Peter doesn't make a commitment, we'll go our separate ways. I don't see it happening long distance with a let's see how it goes.
As Diane's walking towards me, I look at that gorgeous smile and I realise I'm not going to let this woman go again. Hello, darling. Fancy meeting you here? Yeah. Couldn't imagine a better place to be. We're both heading back home pretty soon. Well, I think we both know we have to make a decision as to where our relationship goes from here. You know, us two together.
I'm so used to being alone, and I'm so comfortable being alone, but then I constantly have to remind myself I wasn't meant to be alone. I don't want to be alone. I want
Neither
to...
of us will.
No.
So it's time to relinquish some of that responsibility to me.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
You never know what to say. You've got so much spinning through your mind and you just fear that you're going to stuff it up or you'll blurt out with something that sounds corny. That was so special to me. But the minute I started to speak and just looked into her eyes, it just came out exactly as I wanted to. We have to think about each other and our happiness. Diane, will you marry me?
Oh, my God.
Yes?
Yes.
Now you've got to help me get up. My old knees.
That was, oh, my God.
Oh, I put it on?
Yeah. I think it's gonna fit.
I am the luckiest girl alive.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
Oh, darling, I'm so happy.
It makes me feel excited about my future. It makes me feel like this is the incredible I've been wanting.
And you've been nothing but everything. And I didn't know how I would do this without a commitment. And you've given that to me.
It's just amazing to think that this moment had arrived. It was really happening. Geez, I think I'm going to be a mess when she walks down that aisle. Can you believe it's taken over 28 years for this to happen? But better late than never.
You know, I'm difficult.
I like a challenge.
Since filming ended, Cam has moved in with Kate, and their relationship is going from strength to strength. Meg and Jeremy have tried to sort out their trust issues, but unfortunately they couldn't, and they separated after filming ended. Eric and Lauren are still single and looking for love. Peter and Diane are making plans to marry later this year. They are planning on living in North Carolina and in Australia.